All right, so UFC 311 prelims just gave us a really big question for the future of women's MMA, and that's what's next? Miranda Maverick or Ailin Perez versus Tracy Cortez? Now, I think that Ailin Perez versus Tracy Cortez is going to be the safer bet, not just because it rhymes, but hear me out. And you know what? It pains me to say this because Miranda Maverick has worked so hard to get the highest opponent that she possibly can, and Tracy was the most high caliber opponent that Miranda Maverick could have gotten. But you know the game of the UFC. It is about sales at a certain extent. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it, but I think this is where Dana White's going to go with this. Yes, there's some mild animosity and, beef between Maverick and Cortez, but there's some real hard animosity between Ailin Perez and Tracy Cortez. Plus, also, I think Tracy's getting to that point where it might benefit her to move to bantamweight. Not saying she doesn't have the skills to punch up in the rankings because, yeah, she lost to Rose Namajunas, but she lost to Rose Namajunas. There's no shame in that. I think that loss is actually going to make her way better, and she's probably honing her skills just a little bit more. But I think she did need to cut her hair to make weight at one point. And look, it just happens as we get older as people, our metabolisms slow down. It's harder to keep the weight off. Plus, I think her wrestling is going to be way more powerful if she just honestly moves up to 135 and doesn't have to cut all that weight. Less stressful weight cut, and then I think there's a higher caliber fight at 135 weighting. She might move back down to 125, but hey, you can compete at both, I think that would actually help you in the long run. But Ailin's definitely been getting some fame in the UFC. Honestly, you could say that it's for the wrong reasons or not, but there's a heavily marketable fight at 135 for those two. So honestly, I would have to go with Ailin Perez versus Tracy Cortez next.